Welcome to HyperScale Video Workshop. My name is Brett Green. About a week ago, on my Australia Post tracking app, I noticed a parcel came up on my radar that I didn't recall ordering myself, and I had no idea where it was from, who it was from, and what was in it. Well, today that box arrived, and as it turns out, it's big. This is a very big box. It's also very lightweight as well, so it's quite intriguing. And as I mentioned before, I have no idea what's in this box. So I'm going to take the unboxing video concept and go one step backwards to actually see what's in the box first, and then if it's of interest, we'll go on and describe it. So let's open this gigantic lightweight box and see what's inside. Incidentally, there is a clue on the front in that it was sent by Metro Hobbies, which is a retailer, and I think they're a wholesaler as well, based in Melbourne. And I haven't ordered anything from them, so whatever they've sent it of their own accord. So let's have a look. It's like Christmas time here, isn't it? Okay, we have an awful lot of, there's more. Look, have I been pranked? Is there someone down in Metro Hobbies who's laughing uproariously now? Because it's looking like a box that's just full of airbags. No, hang on. Here we go. There is something in the bottom, but it is an equally anonymous, large, flat cardboard box. So no markings, no clues, but outside of the size of the box in the context of this, it's actually not that light at all. So what could we have in here? Holy dooly. We have a 1/32 scale Infinity Models SB2C-4 Helldiver. Wow. Now, I do recall getting some correspondence about this kit some time ago. I think it was a year, perhaps more. But nobody told me this was coming. So it's clearly a test shot. It doesn't have a box. Well, let's just take a look at what's in this box anyway, and we'll work our way through and see what we actually have here. It's quite heavy plastic. There's a little bit of flash on here, which you would expect from a test shot. It's a Helldiver in 32nd scale, so it's going to be big. That's a big model. And it looks nice. The surface textures look pretty nice. Nice and crisp. They're a combination of very fine rivets and panel lines. So I hope you can see that there. No, that looks nice. Very nice indeed. So as we can see, this is the upper, I presume it's an outer wing half and one of the fuselage halves. And there's the corresponding, I should also say, the inside of the fuselage has quite a lot of structural detail on there as well. So that looks really nice. And it's the same deal with the other fuselage half and also the other wing half. So let's see if we can catch some of that nice detail there. Very, very nice indeed. So Infinity Models is a pretty new name. Here we have tail surfaces, propeller blades, undercarriage doors, and it looks like separate leading edge flaps, engine cowling with moulded cowl flaps in the open position, Looks like some manifold piping there as well in the spinner. And I'll just work through here. Okay, so here we have a lower wing half, once again with really lovely surface textures on it. It looks like we're going to have separate formation lights there on the bottom of the wing, and tail surfaces with the elevators moulded in place. Next up, we have nice. We have some flap detail, I guess they're flaps. And once again, a lot of really nice surface textures on the inside and the outside. That's the inside, I presume. And we also have a bunch of detail parts on this sprue as well. Dark grey plastic sprue, as I mentioned, reasonably heavy plastic. There's a few moulding sort of textural things here. We got, for instance, the floor and the bulkhead for the cockpit. There's such a lot to look at. Sorry, I know there was a bit of a silence there. I'm just trying to take it all in. It's very, very nice. And the engine sprue. So we have the two rows of the engine. We have the push rods in individual rings and other detail parts on there for the engine as well. This looks like the last plastic sprue, and it contains the main wheels and looks like some undercarriage parts and other detail parts on here as well. So there'll be plenty to keep you busy with this model. Now, in addition to the plastic parts, there are a bunch of other separate bags, and I'm not sure if these are going to be included with the kit or if they will be options that are available separately. They say they're made in the Czech Republic. The first one, and by first I just mean it happens to be on top of the others, is a weapons set. So it looks like bombs and rockets, basically. Next up we have an all-resin bomb bay. The casting looks really nice on these, very nice indeed. We have replacement resin control surfaces. That was one of the points I was going to make. I was a little surprised that the elevators were moulded and the rudder as well were moulded in the neutral position. So we've got replacement parts available for those if you'd prefer to use those. Oh, and there's a wing fold option. So what we were looking at before must have been the full length wings, but here we have an update set that will allow you to pose the wings folded instead. There's an open rear gunner position as well, and oh, there we are. Okay, so it looks like there are going to be two photo etched update sets, one for the flaps and then a general photo etched detail set, but I presume they're not available yet because all we have are the instructions, which is all quite hunky-dory. Next we have the clear sprue. Some of the parts are falling off this at the moment, but they're big. They're big parts, and they're very nicely moulded as well. That's nice. So that's the windscreen, nice and clear, fairly thin, and the sliding section, and I think that must be the fixed section in the middle. Please excuse my hands as well. I had a little infection a few weeks ago, and I was prescribed some antibiotics, and everything was good for the first week, and then at the end of the first week, my hands just came out in this terrible rash, and since then the skin is basically peeling off my fingers and hands. So I look like some sort of monster, but it should be back to normal, regular monster, before too long. Lastly, but certainly not leastly, we have what appear to be the instructions and the decals and a set of harness straps. They're sort of cardboardy, papery harness straps. I would imagine that the detail set will include the photo etch parts for that in due course. So there's the decal sheet. There's no indication as to who printed them, but they're very nicely done, glossy in finish. It includes stencils as well as the general markings and specific markings. So that looks good, and we also have the instructions, full color booklet. Looks like it's 16 pages in length, including the covers. Alright, it's saying we recommend the additional sets, so the kit obviously must just come with the plastic parts, and you buy mix and match whichever you want. It's probably not a bad sort of an approach. The parts guide, so the various sprues, and a very busy looking instruction booklet. So this looks like a very well detailed model indeed. And let's just flick through to the markings, see what we have in the way of markings. There are two options. One of them is in the mid-war 3 colour scheme, and the second one is in a late war gloss sea blue with all those nice white markings all over it as well. What I can see from here and what you can't see from there also is a list of coming attractions, and they are a D3A Val, a Vampire Mark V, an L13 Blanick glider, and a Z37 Bumblebee, all in 1/32 scale. So we're going to get an FB5 Vampire in 32nd scale to this level of quality. So how nice is that? The plastic is molded by HPH. It's not because I have great insight, it's because it's written on the front page of the instructions. Presumably the photo etch and the resin are from some of the other major Czech manufacturers as well. And this is a very impressive kit. It's going to be big. The surface textures are really, really nice. Very high level of detail. Plenty of opportunity if you like resin and photo etch to use those, but if you're one of those people, and there are a lot out there who don't like using multimedia, then you have a very nice plastic kit in the box without having to spend any more money or go to any more effort. So that's it. Infinity Models 1/32 scale SB2C-4 Helldiver was the mystery kit. Thank you very much to Metro Hobbies for forwarding this to me, and also for my lifetime supply of air-filled bags. That's going to be good Czech Republic air too. I'll sniff that later on. But in the meantime, from HyperScale Video Workshop, I'm Brett Green. Bye for now.